Well, we saw our first glimpse of George Zimmerman today in court. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Christi Paul, and his attorney, Mark O'Mara, just wrapped up a hearing and a press conference outside the Seminole County Jail right now and the courtroom. Let's go to what you just missed to make sure you don't miss anything. Just prior to Mr. O'Mara talking, first of all, the special prosecutor said they based their second-degree murder charge that they brought on enough evidence that they believe they have to prove that case, obviously, to prove that charge. And then Mr. O'Mara just mentioned a couple of things that are important. First of all, he believes that he is going to be able to have a bond, or at least, by the way, Eric is sticking around with us because he's going to answer the questions you posted on our website, HLNTV.com, and my Facebook page as well, and that's in just about 10 minutes. I want to let you know, tonight, Nancy Grace is going to speak with Trayvon Martin's parents, Sabrina Fulton and Tracy Martin, about today's developments. That's tonight at 8 p.m. right here on HLN, and, you know, Nancy got very personal, by the way, is underway in John Edwards' trial today. We are getting more details, meanwhile, that reveal how long Bobby Petrino may have been having an affair with a woman half his age. Well, have you heard? Connecticut is about to toss out the death penalty. The State House and Senate passed the bill to abolish that form of punishment, and the governor is promising to sign it. Now, Connecticut will become the 17th state to get rid of the death sentence. In fact, here's the governor giving one reason for the appeal. Those against the repeal say capital punishment deters people from committing violent crimes. The new law, though, is not retroactive, so it will not affect the 11 people sitting on Connecticut's death row. Phone records show ex-coach Bobby Petrino made hundreds of calls to the woman he had an affair with months before he became public. Petrino says his focus now is on repairing his relationship with his wife and his 4 children. We're staying on top of breaking news, of course, George Zimmerman's first court appearance. We're constantly checking our Twitter and our Facebook pages. You know, just minutes ago, George Zimmerman appeared in court for the first time since turning himself in, so you got your first look at him. The judge read the charge of second-degree murder in the killing of Trayvon Martin, and a date of May 29th has been set for Zimmerman's formal arraignment. The 29th at 1:30, in fact. HLN social media producer Anna Gonzalez. We're taking your questions on this case again at 4 p.m. in the 4 p.m. hour. Stay with us. So listen to this. Women who live or walk alone can now get protection on their phone from possible sexual assaults with this app. It's called Street Safe. And Frank Holland of Chicago affiliate CLTV explains how it works and why really not everybody thinks this is such a safe idea. Still really interesting. Thank you to Frank Holland of Chicago affiliate CLTV for the report there. Hey, have you heard Axl Rose will not be there when Guns N' Roses is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this weekend? Yeah, the lead singer had a major fallout with the band back in 1996. The story's trending online and on social media this morning. In an open letter, Rose says, "I strongly request that I not be inducted in absentia, and please know that no one is authorized, nor may anyone be permitted to accept my induction for me or speak on my behalf." Ouch. George Zimmerman appears for the first time in court. We're going to take a close look at the charges he faces and how his lawyer may defend him. Well, just in the last half hour, we have learned George Zimmerman will be formally arraigned on a second-degree murder charge about 6 weeks from now, on May 29th. He appeared before a judge. Now, in Florida, second-degree murder means that it was committed during a felony or the killer acted with some sort of malice. A former judge from Miami breaks it down for us here. And remember, we don't know what all of that evidence is. Now, a lot of people have wondered whether Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law will be part of George Zimmerman's defense. His attorney, Mark O'Mara, didn't say whether it was part of his strategy, but he did explain how the law works. There's a lot of controversy with this thing. Under Florida law, George Zimmerman is entitled to a hearing that will examine whether Stand Your Ground applies to his case, and the burden will be on the defense at that point to prove that they have enough evidence to show Zimmerman was justified in using deadly force. Now, in just about 10 minutes, we're going to take a closer look at George Zimmerman's attorney, Mark O'Mara. We're going to tell you what we've learned about his experience, his former clients, and his first meeting with George Zimmerman as well. Meanwhile, let's talk about Trayvon Martin, because his parents opened up to HLN's Nancy Grace after George Zimmerman was arrested. It's a really emotional interview, and Trayvon's mom, Sabrina Fulton, clarified the accident remark that she made on the Today Show. Here's part of Nancy's interview for you. And what about long-term? She'll answer that question. And you can watch Nancy's full interview with Sabrina Fulton and Tracy Martin tonight. It's at 8 and 10 Eastern right here on HLN. Okay, let's talk politics here. Mitt Romney says he does not have an official list of possible running mates, but he suggested former rival Rick Santorum could be on it. Santorum suspended his campaign, remember, on Tuesday. He has not backed Romney, but Santorum's aides say the two men do plan to meet soon. So we'll be watching for that. Meanwhile, Newt Gingrich says he probably wouldn't accept an offer to be in the cabinet if Mitt Romney wins the White House in 5 years since a father has seen his little girl. But police, they have hope. The last 5 years, a father in Arkansas has been searching for his daughter, and you can help him now. This is In Session's Find Our Children segment. It's our partnership with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And first, whatever you're doing, missing and exploited children, it has what they call an age progression photo of Brianna. They basically have a computer and experts that create a photo of what, well, a lot more unmarried couples living together are having kids. One interesting discovery in a new health survey here that found between 2006 and 2010, 22% of couples having their first child together were not married, which is up from 12% back in 2002. And almost half the kids born out of wedlock were to couples who were living together rather than who were single parents. The National Center for Health Statistics conducted more than 22,000 face-to-face interviews to get those findings. Well, it's hard to believe a shark attack victim would ever go back in the water, but that's exactly what Bethany Hamilton did. The world-class surfer is today's breakthrough woman. Lady there. Okay, a story of missing mothers. Susan Powell took a heartbreaking turn this year, as you know. Well, they've just wrapped up a hearing for George Zimmerman at the Seminole County Jail a short while ago. Just days ago, George Zimmerman's original attorneys walked away from this case, and he has a new attorney, Mark O'Mara. Well, O'Mara tells George Zimmerman's brother, Robert, is one of the few people who's given us insight into Zimmerman himself, his thoughts and his emotions since the shooting death of Trayvon Martin. Robert continues to defend his brother, though, and support him as he faces the second-degree murder charge. It's amazing how much they look alike, too, isn't it? You can't get past that. Robert also told Piers Morgan the Zimmerman families looked for a silver lining in all of this, and at the very least, they're glad George Zimmerman is safe in custody and that he's no longer hiding. You can stay on top of all. Josh Powell killed himself and his two young sons in a fiery home explosion back in February. The remains of that house are finally being removed, but even without the grim physical reminder of the charred home, the question is, will this community be able to move on? Well, Brian Johnson with our affiliate KOMO spoke with some of the people who live there. Thank you to Brian Johnson with affiliate KOMO for the report there, by the way. Hey, I want to give you some breaking news here. A man is accused of committing at least 11 felonies during a Greyhound bus. Heavens, police say Todd was also wanted in Kentucky. A disturbing 911 call made moments after Whitney Houston's body was found has been released now. I want to let you know this is a hotel security guard you're hearing here. Kardashian is dishing about her sister Kim's reported relationship with Kanye West. Here's what she told Ellen DeGeneres. Khloe also told Ellen she did not support Kim's marriage to Chris Humphries. One little girl, probably never going to forget the day she rode to school on a fire truck. Okay, here's that story I was telling you about. A Texas first grader fighting cancer, getting a lot of support from her community, even her own parade. Libby Serber, though, is going to start chemotherapy soon, and this is what's so frightening. As J.D. Miles with affiliate KTVT reports, 2 weeks ago, doctors thought her fever was just a virus. Oh, boy, what a great community. Thank you, J.D. Miles with affiliate KTVT for sharing that with us. Libby's mom says that they're grateful the cancer was caught very early. Best of luck to them. You're going to want to check out a robot block party, as it is here. Stanford University put this on for National Robotics. The girl you just saw is a freshman in high school, and she built that robot that you saw, which stacks crates. Good for them. One city is banning all nightclubs, dance halls, even skating rinks. It's George Zimmerman, still in a jail cell right now, waiting to defend himself against a second-degree murder charge, while Trayvon Martin's parents are mourning the life their son could have lived. You do not want to miss their emotional interview with Nancy Grace tonight, and we've got a preview for you in the next hour. Rochelle Carey's next.